Well, hello again. Now we are in sunny California. Let's say the weather is a lot better on this New Year's Eve day. We're having another Pinot, this time from the Santa Rita Hills here nearby. It's by Melville, and it's their estate Pinot, their core Pinot, 2019 again, like the Burgundy from yesterday. And not necessarily for comparison, but I thought, why not? This is a well-known, very well-known producer. Actually was on the list of producers I wanted to visit when I went to visit the area a few months ago, but I kind of ran out of time because primarily I ended up spending too much time with Babak Shokrian, as we discussed at the time. And then as it happened, he actually did buy one of Melville's vineyards to make his Syrah. I think their Verna vineyard. And so there's connections there between the different, and it's the same kind of quality grapes. That region is always very interesting because it's the only, I think it's one of the only parts in the world where you have a mountain chain going east to west as opposed to north south. And so that channels a lot of the air from the ocean to cool down the area and to bring salinity to a lot of these vineyards, depending on where you are. Melville is a family enterprise. They've been around for the last 30, 40 years. Chad is the person in charge today and making the wines. They really have very high quality Pinots and Syrah. They're known for that. And they practice is just kind of an sort of a laid back process really, where it's about half stemmed, half destemmed, maybe a little bit less than half destemmed. There's very long fermentation. As you can tell, I mean, the wine is bottled reasonably quickly. Even their estate, the cuvées, the single vineyard cuvées, 2019 are already out on the market, and they've really produced very high quality wine for the price point. That's another thing that's interesting, and again, that's a good thing, without wanting to be a snob about price. So let's see what we have here. The color is very light, as you can see, and very clear. On the nose, it's very floral. Again, even more floral than the Marsanne from yesterday. Floral and a little bit sharp, maybe cranberry-like, something like that. And fruit as well, of course, the cranberry is the fruit. So it's really a bit of both, and it opens up very nicely right away, even though this is a very young wine. So the nose is just great. It's really very expressive. It doesn't have to be, coaxed or coerced or teased out. Let's taste it. On the palate, it's got a little bit more acidity, which is a great compliment. The finish is there. I mean, there is a nice finish. Let's see again. The tannins are there too, but they're very fine. I can't tell if we want to use the word silky, which means seamless, or very fine grain, which is just a step above silky. But I mean, and this is in that general vicinity. They're really nice, very smooth tannins. They're there. You can feel them sort of on the inside of your cheeks, but they go very well. It's a very, very good wine. You want to you can really drink it very easily because it's fruity, it's floral, it's fresh, but at the same time, it's got some complexity when you start feeling the acidity and the tannins and some of the second layers of flavors that maybe a little bit of anise, just a faint hint of that. And I think some other things will develop over time, and I can't really guess what they will be, but this is a very good wine. Same price point as the other one, sort of in the high 30s as the Marsanne. Very interesting, high quality producers. And it's kind of fun to have from two completely different terroirs, these two different Burgundies. This one maybe has a little bit more sweetness, which people want to associate all the time with New World Pinot Noirs. There's a little bit of that sweetness that doesn't seem to exist in Burgundies. But anyway, they're both really good wines and well worth sort of the money, which is not a lot to begin with. Happy New Year, and see you soon.